All right. And I am also streaming on the tube. Again, I'm going to consider trying to stream via TikTok Studio again. Maybe I'll give that an old college try again. Hello, Marina. That is my legal name. I just never tell anybody that. Thank you. All right, everyone, keep tapping and sharing if you can, please. That last live, that guy I was speaking to, very, very frustrating. Incredibly frustrating. Oh shit, I need to cover that up. That's what I need to do. All right, if you voted for Trump, you disagree with the background or the context of it, come on up. And let's try to get the likes on up. If we can get to like 10,000 likes quickly, that would help things. Is the title of this live too like high up on the screen? Is it? Thank you, Rachel. Is it too high up? I mean, as long as you can read it. The left side is cut off. Wonderful. Wonderful. What kind of fucking concept is it with TikTok where they don't allow me to see what you guys see? Like, how the fuck am I supposed to know it's cut off? It's literally centered on my screen. It's as centered almost as it can be. As long as it's, um, as long as you can understand what it says, that's all I really care about. But if it's cut off to any degree in which you can't really read it, then yeah, I'm gonna have to change it. All right, well, let me check it on my backup account, actually. That's how I can check it. I can't, I literally cannot edit it. Once it's on TikTok, I cannot edit it. It doesn't let me shift it. It doesn't let me size it down or size. It doesn't let me do anything. It's on the screen as it is. Now, like when the background itself is made through whatever apps people make it in, I personally make it in the Canvas app. Um, I think David does also. That you can change it, but once it's like on the screen of TikTok, that's it. All right, let me go into my shit. I haven't been in my backup account so long. It wants me to sign in using. I can't do this. I don't know my fucking password. All right, let me bring this person up. Is this pronounced bro? Thanks, Joanne. Or is that Joanna? Is that pronounced bro? Seems like it. Oh my god. I have to select the thing, the traffic lights, and like one of them's like on the corner of the other box. Fuck all of this shit. Stupid. All right, bro, whatever your name is, you're not loading. Just re-request if you want. Okay, I don't want to log in via Facebook. I do not want to do that. Stop asking me to. Thank you. All right. You're right, guys. It is cut off. Wonderful. Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. I just need to see things for myself. That's it. But yes, it's cut off. I don't know. I don't. Yeah, I think it's gonna have to be changed. I, small little issues with a live stream, like literally, it affects hundreds of people that happen to watch it for some reason. I don't know why that's the case, but it does. Donnie, hello. How you doing?
Hello.
Hey, man. How old are you? Just need to know your age for TikTok terms of service.
34.
Cool. Can you turn down your background noise, please? Is that possible?
You can fucking suck my dick,
Okay. After that, though,
faggot.
that's cool. I'll do that. But can you turn down the background noise? All right. Guess not. Guess we're not gonna get what you wanted. I said yes. Thank you, David. Yeah. Never mind. You sent it to my phone. I'm just gonna put it in Discord because I can't put. Yeah. You get it on my time. Like, that's fine if he wants that being done. That's cool, but you still have to turn on your background noise, right? Like, that's still something you got to do. Some meat. Nah, his meat is probably like next to nothing. Probably like grade C meat. All right, where's Discord? I got way too many apps on my phone. No, no. Well, I mean, you can try. David, did you just do it? Okay, you beat me to it. All right, grade C meat. All right, let's get to this next guest. Hello, Sky. Hello, Sky. How you doing? Sky going once. You're off screen. If you are trying to speak, we cannot hear you. I assume you're trying to run because you didn't mean to come on up and scared you that you're in front of people. Okay, I'll take you down. All right, guys, I got to go off screen really quickly because I got to get the background that's more centered. Give me 1 second. All right, let me change it. We are almost there. There we go. Look at that. We are now good. Barely though. However, you know it's going to happen. I know, David. It's impossible to guess how much it's going to. Although, David, you do know when we get a guest, it's going to shift back over. Yeah, David. I hate to do this to you, but I think it's going to have to move over again. However, that part doesn't bother me because this helps get a guest up. Once a guest is already up, it's easier to get more guests. So, but don't rush to do it. Don't rush. You're okay. Hello, Megan. Thank you for the shares. Again, guys, if you vote for Trump, hit the request button, please. I may experiment again with streaming on the studio. I was going to do that this time, but I have to change too many things in OBS, and I don't remember what I have to change it to, and it's going to get annoying. Somebody in the tube says, "What war?" That's the most pedantic thing ever. Oh, it's officially not a war, therefore it's a good thing. Like, what definition would you use? There is literally no war. Okay, sure. Whatever you have to continue to tell yourself to continue to support Trump, despite him lying to you guys over and over. At some point, you're going to have to accept it. I'm surprised that hasn't happened. Many Trump supporters have already accepted it, which is obvious by his horrendous approval rating. There are no wars, okay? Can we pull up the definition of war? Let's go ahead and do that. See if this fits that definition. Definition of war. A violent, sustained conflict between organized groups, typically nations or states, using armed force for political, economic, or strategic goals. That seems to fit the definition. It's a conflict that is sustained. It's been going on between two organized groups or nations or states using armed force, which has been happening for political, economic, and strategic goals, all of which is applicable. It results in destruction, casualties, of which has happened. There have been casualties, there have been destruction, also hostilities. Yep. I don't see how this doesn't fit the definition. Regardless, it's not a good thing, right? They may focus on the word sustained, like, oh, it's only been 5 weeks, therefore it's not sustained. It needs to be 8 weeks for it to be sustained. Crazy, right? All right, let's see what his current approval is. All right, I think it's gone up like a tick. Since no, well, we're back at net minus 17% his approval. Meaning his approval is 39.5, disapproval 56.6. Again, guys, if you voted for Trump, please hit the request button. If you think there's no war going on, please do come on up. I'd love to hear you. Just about that. Hey, how you doing? Gamblers? How are we? Hey, if you're trying to speak, you're on mute. You are trying to. You're in the hospital? Jesus Christ. Well, if you're in the hospital for you, I hope you are okay. Solving the world's impossible problem while America lives suffer. Alex is so sad. Who's Alex? People in the tube, or whoever said that. Who's Alex? I don't know what that is. Stop the conventional BS and start dropping. Well, good thing you're not the president, because I don't think that's quite a good idea to just drop nukes on people. Probably not a good thing. Any ops requesting? No, I don't see any. If you're watching on the tube, the phone number was posted. You can call in. Maybe Kate. I don't know. I don't know who he's talking about. He says Alex is so sad. I don't know. My name's not Alex. I haven't had anybody on my panel named Alex in a bit. Civilians and uninformed people who think it's a war are the problem. Well, no, we just read out the definition of what a war is, and it easily fits the definition. Again, just because Trump may not be calling it a war, although the term war has been used in his vocabulary, it just has. I can pull up numerous quotes of the word war being used in his vocabulary in context of what's currently happening. Now, listen, you can call it a conflict if you want. If you want, you can call it a conflict. I don't think it changes it, though. The reason why you guys supposedly care about no new wars, which we now know that you don't, right? It was just a bullshit thing you guys said because it was just a cute saying to say. But the reason why you guys pretended to care about it is because you guys said that you didn't like us unaliving other people, civilians, us being unalived, causing damage in another country in a war that does really nothing, right? And we are doing that right now, whether you want to call it a war or not. We're doing exactly what you guys said you didn't like. Everything. Calling it a war or not. Everything that's happening is what you said you don't like. That's why nobody believes you guys when you guys say shit. Yes, unnecessary spending. Thank you, Maddie. That was absolutely something that was said. We don't want to waste money on it. We don't want to unalive people. We want to focus on America. Yeah, I mean, most of them are following suit, Kate. There are definitely some Trump supporters I've spoken to. It's not a big trend, but I've seen a small trend of them, at very least, just not being happy about it. Maybe not necessarily taking away their support fully, but I mean, again, it is showing in the polls. But hello, Phoebe, how are you? What happens? No more deficits? Well, that's something they always say when a Democrat is president. We want somebody who's better at spending. Yet every time a Republican comes in, they're not good at spending at all. Considering what has been spent under Trump's current administration, we are on track to spend more than any other administration by far. Like by far. Like there's a small chance we can get to um, we just hit what 30, right? Was it 30? Or was it 40? I mean 40. I'm sorry. Um, there's a small chance we can get to 50 by the end of his term. I mean, I think that'd be a little difficult, but I wouldn't be surprised. Hello, Jen. How are you? Thank you. Did you see the insane margins in Wisconsin Supreme Court race? I did not, Oscar. I'd have to take a look. He does not need congressional approval for, what is this? For military strikes, humanitarian aid. Funny stuff. Why didn't you come on up? You said you're in the hospital. You're obviously able to type in the comments. All right, let's see how much Trump has raised. Um, well, we already know how much he increased it during his first term. That I'm not really interested in seeing. I'm interested in seeing how much now it's gone up. The debt. I think in his first year it was like 1.5 to 2. I think it might be more though. Let's see. Let's see. Let's see. No one can tell me the objective of war. I don't know why that would be something you're asking. That's something that you would have to ask Trump and his administration, the objective of the war. Well, I mean, him asking for a defense budget of 1.5 trillion certainly is obviously going to cut into it a lot, or raise into it a lot. Yeah. Civilians explain the military. The veterans is my favorite genre of comedy. My favorite genre of comedy is veterans who really have nothing to do with armed conflicts talking like they're experts on it just because they had a desk job in the military. That's my favorite genre of comedy. Talking to somebody that wasn't even remotely close to the level of things that they pretend to be an expert in. Can't tell you how many times that happens on the life. They pretend to be an expert on like the intricacies of war, yet they had like a fucking desk job in the military. Jen, thank you. Thank you so much. I appreciate you, Jen. Let me go ahead and read this out loud. Give me 1 second here. W. Jen in the chat. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. It says, appreciate you. That is all. Thank you for the attention to this matter. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. And if you guys are enjoying live, click the red follow button top left. If you're watching on YouTube, click the subscribe button, please. Let's see. I was combat arms on. I invaded Iraq. What do you want to teach him? Sure, buddy. You invaded Iraq. Yes. Congrats, buddy. You are so cool. Let's all bow down to Kevin, guys, because he invaded Iraq. That doesn't mean shit, man. I can't tell you how many people I served with that got deployed to Iraq or wherever the hell. They were dumb as a box of rocks. I hate to break it to you, you being deployed to Iraq or wherever the fuck doesn't really mean shit. Silly. Yeah, I'm just sorry, it doesn't mean shit. In relation to you pretending to be an expert on, again, the intricacies of foreign affairs as it relates to war, it just doesn't. In fact, I would argue that it probably gives you a worse perspective on things because you were coming from the perspective of thinking that America is this greatest country, trying to instill democracy everywhere, and you probably have such a biased viewpoint that it's probably so far away from the objective truth, I would imagine. All right, let's get to discuss. Hello, how you doing?
Hey, good. How are
What's
you?
going on? Good. What's going on?
This is my cat, and he's never been through a war because he's a cat.
Okay. Do you want to have a conversation?
My cat doesn't like wars.
All right. Bye. OJ, what's up?
What time does your wife's boyfriend join the live?
What time is it right now? What time is it? 3:50. 4:30 in 40 minutes.
And would you do 20 push-ups for a galaxy? Real man push-ups.
No, I'm good, dude.
No, you can't do that.
No, I'm a week left this. I can't. You think I could do a push-up?
Checks out. God bless.
I can't do anything, man. Why does this guy think I can do a push-up? Guys, I can't do any push-ups. Heck, I can't even do knee push-ups. All right, let's get to the next guest. Brando, you're not coming up. You already ruined your chance to come up for the remainder of your life. I'm sorry, that's how it works. If you troll like an idiot, that's it. You're done. You're just not coming back up. You ruin your chance. So despite how funny you thought you were doing, that's it. You ruin your chance. So now, if you ever want to come up in the future, I highly recommend that you stop requesting, because then you're going to get to the point where I'm just going to block you. So that way you can just never come up instead. I don't care about your cat. I'm sorry. While I do like cats, I don't care about your cat. Hello, Mina. Hello, Ked. I like your name. I like to play on words. Hey, are you there? Are you there? You're like in and out. Well, that's what she said. All right. Well, you seem to have Wi-Fi that's just not capable of whatever this is. Let's get to the next one. Mike Hunt. See how I really, really made sure I put a huge space in between that? Hello, left-leaning infantry. Blah. How is it? How you doing? There you go, Molly. That's good. It's really important to love yourself and all parts of yourself. It's very important. I'm sorry. Doing 20 push-ups for a galaxy is just not worth it. Especially because he wasn't going to. He says gross things. Yeah, I recognize his profile picture. I just don't remember the things that he says and stuff like that. For the person in the comments on the two that says "Be serious, all be serious, y'all, no trolls." I hear ya. It's a great great motivator, but I'm sorry. Like, being on the internet, that's just not going to happen. It comes with the territory. It is what it is. What's this war about, or what's this live about? Um, I, I I just think if you can't tell from the background, it's probably not worth conversing. Sorry for Doug to remember to have. No, Marina, I remember like faces and pictures and things like that, but asking me to remember um, like specific things that we talked about, that's different. Like I don't typically remember people's names, whether it's here or in person, unless obviously I get to know them. But I'll remember their face, or here I'll remember their profile picture. It'll be recognizable to me. Am I selling broccoli? If you're talking about what I think you're talking about, we are in the year 2026. If you can't find that, then I don't know what to tell you. It's like the easiest thing in the world to be able to get broccoli. We are, of course, talking about the vegetable, guys. Of course. Always. Now, when I was in high school, a little bit of a different story. You go through all these goddamn obstacle courses just to get $20 for 1G of broccoli. when the person in the YouTube comment says, "What's this live about?" and then somebody says, "Maybe the giant words in the background." Yes, that. I'll legit forget someone's name within a second. Yeah, no, Oscar, I'm the same way. Mostly because I'm not like. It sounds rude that I am saying I'm not paying attention. It's just that like I guess I'm not paying attention. I don't know how else to phrase it. Like I am, but I'm not. Like it's just hard for me to like digest it, so to speak. But yes, I do forget it seconds later as well. Mike, I love your straw, man. I love your straw, man, Mike. Let's invite Mike Hawk up. So you stand with the regime that unalives people for having Christian values? Got it. Sure, Mike. Yeah, because those are the only two options, guys. Either you unalive people in a country, civilians in a country, and pretend that they have nuclear capabilities, even though there's no evidence of it, or you support a regime that unalives people. Sure. Exactly. With a bunch of others. That is very random, Amber. Jacob, how you doing?
Hello, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can. There is a little bit of background noise. Also some feedback. Are you on Bluetooth?
Yeah.
If there's a way you can take it off from Bluetooth, that would be helpful. And again, if you're on TikTok and you disagree with the background, hit the request button. If you're watching on the tube, call in, but just obviously wait until I'm done with this guest. All right, you there?
How about now? Is that okay?
On my end, it's fine. The commenters, all you guys, are you okay with it? I know there's still some background noise, but it always seems to be louder for you guys. Yeah. Anyways, man, what's on your minds?
I'm a little confused. Are we talking about the prompt or the prompt, the price
Yeah.
per ounce for some broccoli florets?
We are not talking about broccoli anymore. that was a side quest. We are talking about the background. And Mike, you can come on up. Mike,
Okay,
I don't know if anybody took away your request, but
I was just.
Yeah. So you want to talk about the background?
Oh, not at all, man. I'm team you. Don't worry about it. I just was trying to be funny.
All right.
I failed.
All right, no worries, man. You're all good. It's all good, Jacob. Take care. I'll bring it down. Hey, Mike, come up. If somebody took away the request, it was probably because that didn't happen, and you're making that up. But I just requested for you to come on up, so there you go. Trump has been saying he would take care of Iran for decades. No nuclear. He said it many times. No, 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 he did not. He never once campaigned on going into Iran. Never. Again, he campaigned on the opposite. But again, you can do all of your mental gymnastics all you want. That's fine. Well, Dan, I think he's referring to him prior to being president, even talking about it, which is, again, just ridiculous. All right, guys, you heard it here now. He has been talking about it for decades, and this somehow doesn't interfere with the no new war statement that was stated hundreds of times. I guess those are congruent with each other. Guys, Democrats destroyed the 4 pillar. Oh, we can pin comments. Wait, does it not let us pin comments anymore, guys? What happened? Can we not pin comments anymore? What's the deal? Anyways, it says Democrats destroyed the 4 pillars of happiness: safety, merit, family, and freedom. Yeah, if you can expand upon that, that would be terrific. God damn it, guys. Guys, take a guess who's in the request box, and if you're a mod, don't cheat, because I know you know. Take a guess who's in the request box. No mods are allowed to answer. If a mod responds, I am blocking you. I swear to God, if a mod responds, I'm blocking you. All right, I will say 3 people have gotten it. 3 people have gotten it. It's Liam. Yeah, it's Liam. You guys are pretty good with that. As long as a mod didn't feed you the answer. All right. Luckily, we have somebody else. I don't know how to say your name. Pistu?
Yeah, what's up?
Yeah. Hey, man. How old are you?
I'm 21.
All right. What's on your mind?
Do you think Daenerys Targaryen committed genocide in King's Landing?
Let's just be careful with the words on TikTok. Just say G side.
G-side.
If you don't, I'd
Oh, sure.
appreciate that. Yeah. So let's just pull up to who is it you're referring to, by the way? I didn't hear you.
Daenerys
Who or what you said.
Targaryen.
Yeah. So what's your point? Like, what are you trying to get at as it relates to the background?
I'm just wondering, what do you think?
Yeah, I mean, we could just pull up the definition of G-side and see if it's applicable or not. It would be the deliberate systematic destruction, whole or in part, of a national, ethnic, racial, or religious group recognized as a crime. It's also recognized as a crime under international law. So, yeah, I mean, if that's applicable, then sure.
I mean, I don't think there's international law in Westeros, but yeah.
Well, that's not a prerequisite for something being a G-side. I'm just saying that it is recognized as one, but that doesn't mean that that's what it takes for it to be a G-side, right? The main part is the main part is a deliberate systematic destruction in whole or in part of a national, ethnic, racial, or religious group.
Does it have to be both deliberate and systematic?
I don't think that's a necessity. Doesn't have to be both. No, it could be and or.
So she did.
Hey, man, if that's what you think.
Okay, cool. Yeah, that's about it.
Does that satisfy you?
Huh?
Does that satisfy you?
Yeah. Thank you.
All right, appreciate it. Take care. All right, guys, keep tapping and sharing. We'll keep the trolling to a minimum, right? Let's actually have a real guest, okay? That's some Game of Thrones shit. How you doing? Hello? Juven B. Juven B. All right, guys, the only one left in the request box is Liam, and I just don't think that's going to happen. Liam, you always seem to come on in when it's just like the vibe isn't vibing, you know? Mike, you're welcome to come on up. Yeah, I'm not feeling him either, Amy. Yeah, it's Liam. I don't mind on occasion talking to him, like once a month or Yuvan Bay. Okay, thank you. I'm fine like with a once a month ish or so, but Corey, I assume you spoke to him numerous times. Yeah, he's got two usernames, Amos and then just his name. We also have the famous King E watching. Hello, King E. How are you? We also have Ipsity. Oh, but Ipsity, you're friendly. Never mind. Sorry. No, no. Right now, I'm just kind of doing. Sorry, it's I didn't mean to read your name. I was just kind of just reading names and all that. But let me. I'm just trying to get some opposition on up, and it's kind of already difficult enough as is. Yet alone having like more friendlies on up. But if I do have opposition on up, and it seems like we can get like a flow of them, yeah, you can come up for sure. Yeah, I know, Corey. I talked to King E. I talked to him a couple times a month. Your username is boring. Well, mine is just Doug, with my handle being Dougielifts. So mine's mine's just as boring. But when I made mine, I never made it with the intentions on never even making a following at all. And it's too late at this point to change it. I'm kind of stuck with it. Probably not, though. I mean, I can probably still change it. Mike, come on up. Hate farming. Sorry. Have I gotten Jill? Gotten her in what sense? Article of impeachment listing 6 legal wars, but yeah, no wars. Yeah. Mike, like if you're that chatty in the comments, I just don't understand why you wouldn't want to come on up. Like at some point, you have to come up. It's never too late to rebrand. Yeah, I mean, I was talking with one of my buddies from when I lived in Arizona, and he's really big on like starting his own business, and he's always done it with various things. He's into fitness, so he's had different like um, coaching businesses that he had and other various things. So I was talking to him a while back, and he did suggest that I do change my name to something that's more politically oriented, since that's what my content is. Since that would help with like searching for me and stuff like that. Dougielifts is obviously more of like a fitness oriented thing, and that's really why I made it in the first place, because I just kind of made lifting videos and stuff like that, just random ones. So yeah, I mean, for the sake of like being able to search for me more or better, yeah, I think it probably would be better to change it. And I asked the chat a while back what ideas they had. We came up with a few okay ones. What were they? Dougie debates. It's a little cheesy, a little corny, a little cliche, but it works. That was the best one I can think of that I remember. Unless you guys can think of others. If you guys can think of other names that I can change it to. And I don't know which one I should change. Should I change both my username and handle? I would imagine both. Doug like Pez. I do like Pez, yes. Doug debates. Okay. Name doesn't have to be political. Mine isn't. But that's... No, but I'm talking for the sake of like growing my account. You know, because like I obviously my intentions on doing this at this point. Thank you, Ari. I appreciate it. Are to grow. Yeah, Ari. So like that's what people see right now. They just see Doug, right? Like that's my what is it called, username, and the other one's the handle. Which one is the one that should be changed? The handle is how you search for somebody, but Doug is what you see. So I don't know if I should change both or one or what. I mean, the handle is the one that's for searching. So, yeah, I don't know. Very good, Mike. Very good. Sure, that took you all 10 minutes to figure that one out. No, yeah, Ari, you're right. I don't know. Maybe I'm thinking too much into it. Hey, how you doing?
Hey, what's
Sent.
up? Hey,
Not
just a
much.
quick question, and this has nothing to do with politics. How do you
Oh,
restrict people from opening cameras on the stream? How do you do that?
from my end, you mean? From the
No,
end
no,
of
yeah. Like, how
somebody
do you
who's
do it? Do
streaming?
you do it on live studio or do you do it on the phone?
Well, you can't. I mean, like after they turn on their camera, you can, but you can't do it. Like you can't do it beforehand.
Okay, never mind then. Appreciate it.
Yeah, yeah. All right. Uh, what? I don't know what to make of that. What was that? I, as soon as he said that, I was getting a horrible feeling that he was going to show something on camera that he shouldn't have. God, it's so frustrating when they do that because it never gets my live taken down. Like the times it's happened, it's never going to take it down. It's just annoying. All right, let's read these out loud. And again, it doesn't let me pin shit. I don't know why. Why can't I pin stuff anymore? I don't even have somebody up. All right, Doug lists policy, Doug lists truth, Doug lists the facts, Doug lists voices. All right, yeah, that's pretty good. What happened? Did something happen? Is that why he was asking? It restricts guest access for Manda every time they do it. Oh shit, really? That's so shitty. Like, how has TikTok not come to the point or like realize that like, hey, maybe we shouldn't punish the people that it's happening to, and maybe punish the people that are doing it. Like, what a thought. King Gee is not really a word. I don't know what GEY means, but so you may want to change that. Doug loves donuts. God damn it, a donut sounds so good right now. The request box won't let you pin comments. What do you mean? De- debate, Doug? Eh. Jamar, I think that's the best one. I will consider that one, okay? Doug the Dom. I think that's going to attract a whole group of people that I'm not trying to attract. Am I from Israel, from Tel Aviv? No, I am from Chicago, but close. You were just a little off the mark there. Doug Chugs. All right, I like that. Oh, wait, see, we got some recommendations in the tube. Let's read some of that out. Your buddy sounds like a scammer. I don't know who you're talking about. Oh, when I was talking about one of my friends. Yeah, he's a scammer because he starts his own businesses. Sure. So, are like conservatives obsessed with capitalism and starting your own businesses? Shouldn't you praise that? Um, Doug is a disaster has a ring to it. I actually like that. Doug is a disaster. We got the double D going. You know, do you love Israel? Well, I've never been to Israel. I can't really love something that I've never been to. So the answer would be no. Hello, Mary. Doug Listaville. You attract closeted men in the right? Yeah, it seems. Oh, hey, Dana Marie. Yeah, let me Let me just verify real quick. Sorry, don't take it personally. I just need to verify. 1 second. Wait. Guys, this is going in a weird direction. It's going in a weird direction. All right. Yeah, Holy, I got you. All right, you're good to go. Dana? I think I pronounced. Yeah, Dana, not Dana. Dana. All right, cool. We're good. All right. Mike is back? Mike, come on up. Mike, why don't you just get it over with and have the conversation? Like, it's inevitable. It's going to happen. Let's just do it. Let's get it over with. Syria, I don't know why you're having a conversation with yourself in the tube. The chat does not revolve around you. I apologize. It just doesn't. So, there's like other people in the YouTube chat. There's 200 people on TikTok. So, it's just, because that's not how it works. But Mike, come on, it'll be fun. Mike, we're going to have a good time. I'll tell you what. Let's have the conversation. If by the end of it you don't want to do that, then we won't. But I have a feeling you're going to want to. Oh, we got a raw milk guy in here, guys. You got a person that lived under a rock his entire life and somehow thinks raw milk is healthy. You're like 100 years behind the science, though. So, sorry to break that to you. I just don't know how any human in this day and age in 2026, in the United States more specifically, I don't know how anyone believes raw milk is good for you. All right, if you grew up, I don't know, 100 years ago, sure, okay, maybe you get a pass, but I mean, listen, I have heard that raw milk tastes a bit better than pasteurized milk, and I've heard that from people who absolutely know that raw milk is not good for you. So it's not like I'm getting like a biased thing there. I've heard that really relatively consistently. However, that's not enough for me to drink it. I'm sorry, something tasting good is just not going to offset it being bad for you. Why would you ever drink raw milk? It's a lot of people who grow up on farms or near farms that they drink raw milk. So a lot of times for people, that's just all they have access to. But that's a very, very small amount of people. And that's not even necessarily true because you can just pasteurize it yourself. So that's a percentage of the ones that drink raw milk. Another percentage is people who truly believe it's good for you. They think it's natural, and because it's natural, it's good for you. Or some variation of that. So like those seem to be the groups of people that consume raw milk. It doesn't taste better. They're referring to non-homogenized milk. You don't realize it? Oh. Yeah, that's probably it too. You're asking what's wrong with raw milk? I don't think I don't know how I have to answer this question in 2026. That's like asking what's wrong with like smoking cigarettes or something. Like how do you not know? No, David. I refuse. I'm not going to get bullied into that. How is it bad, though? Well, if you do not pasteurize it, you're getting microscopic amounts of feces in there and blood. I don't think that's something you're going to want to drink personally. And because of the microscopic amounts of blood and feces and things like that, yeah, you have a significantly higher chance of getting different illnesses because of that. Again, with no added benefit whatsoever. So yeah, that's why you shouldn't drink it. And despite only like 2 to 3% of people who consume dairy products that drink only unpasteurized products aka raw products, they make up 96% of the illnesses that come from drinking any type of milk. So that's not like that's not really a favorable percentage to work with. I sound vaccinated. Cool. Love it, man. Sounds like a great insult that means nothing because you can't actually discuss the topic at hand. All right, let's get to this one. And guys, again, if you are opposition, you disagree with the background, you voted for Trump, hit the request button. If you are watching on the tube, make sure you dial in. Kat, how are you?
Can't complain. Not opposition, though. Just heard you're looking for opposition.
All right. You teased me. I don't like to get teased.
I did.
Well, sometimes,
I did. I just wanted to troll some of the haters in the comments. It's always so fun and so easy.
I know. You can. I'll tell you what. You can troll them in the comments all you want. I'm just trying to just do one-on-ones for the time being. But yeah, let me go ahead and bring you down, man. Okay.
Totally get it.
All right. Take care. I wonder how one does sound vaccinated. Like, do you think in a double-blind test that you would be able to tell? You have a group of 10 people. Well, I don't think you can do a double-blind test. No, I don't think that would work in that scenario. But anyways, you have a group of 10 people. They all speak individually. I don't think you would be able to tell. I'm sorry. I think what happens is you see somebody who you know is on the left, and therefore you convince yourself they sound a certain way, and you convince yourself that they sound a certain way because they're vaccinated. I think that's more likely the scenario. That's, you can tell they're on Grindr. Speaking of, I got something. That's going to grab their attention. That's going to grab their attention. They're calling. Mike, that's for you. Mike, go check your phone. You got a surprise waiting for you. A nice 8-inch surprise. All right. Again, we are looking for opposition. Please, if you requested and you're not opposition, kindly do drop. The way I check the phone. Hey, how you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm great. I just need to know your age, please, for TikTok terms of service.
Of course. I'm 25 years old.
Thank you for that. All right, what's up?
I'm embarrassed to say it.
What's up?
I shit my pants this morning, and I'm an adult.
Yeah. Speaking of that, man, I actually have a similar story that happened to me, gosh, maybe about 6 weeks ago. Would you like to hear?
Yeah.
Yeah, so, well, I'm not lactose intolerant because I can have a little bit of dairy product and be fine. If I have a lot, things start rumbling down there. So I had an entire pint of Haagen-Dazs, and I told some of my followers, so some of them are going to hear it again. I had an entire pint of Haagen-Dazs, and my stomach was rumbling to the point where, like, I didn't know, like, I had to be very careful farting because if I let loose too much, it would turn into something else. Anyways, I fell asleep. I woke up and pooped.
No.
Yeah, this was 6 weeks ago, mind you. Yeah.
You had the excuse of being asleep, though. I was working.
Well, you win some, you lose some. But anyways, let me go ahead and bring you down. I appreciate the story. Take care. That is a true story, guys, unfortunately. I hate to tell you, but it's a truth. I got to be brutally honest with you guys. I've always told you guys I'm very upfront and honest, so there you go. There's more to the story, by the way. So, I had just moved into this room that I am in, and I didn't yet put on a mattress cover. I had like the regular cover on, but I just didn't put on the mattress cover yet because I literally just moved in. So it went through to the mattress. But I may have switched it out with another mattress that happened to be in the house. I may have done that. late at night when no one else was there. It was a lot of goddamn work. So I'm in like, I won't be able to show you guys, but the house that I'm in a back room. So I have it entirely to myself. I have a bathroom over there, a shower, I have the kitchen there. It's essentially like a studio, sort of. Yeah, it's like a studio. The front of the house, that's like where the house is, where there's a kitchen and there's 2 rooms. So I had to drag this mattress out late at night. And mattresses aren't light, as you guys know. And I had to bring it all the way to the front, get it in, take off the covers of the other one. And then I had to put the covers on after swapping it and make it look exactly like how it looked before. It was a lot of work. All supposedly, though. It's all just a theoretical story. Well, no, Alex, or no, Pierre, I actually don't. So your comment says, and he still sleeps on the same mattress with the shit stain. Well, if you were just listening to the story, I don't. I switched it, so I don't. This man, quote unquote, lifts, but mattresses are heavy to him. Yeah, mattresses are heavy. Yes. Mattresses are heavy because they're awkward and floppy and very, very bulky and big. So yeah. Lifting a barbell is significantly easy. Like, I'm sorry, lifting a 300, 400 pound barbell off the floor is absolutely easier than picking up a mattress and dragging it to the front of the house. You heard it here first. Deadlifting 300, 400 pounds is much easier than that. It just is. You can't pay me enough to tell that story. Yeah, I don't know why I'm so honest with you guys sometimes. A barbell is easy to lift, though. Like, you just grab your hands around it. And if I'm talking about a deadlift, you just stand up with it. Like, that's really not that difficult. Yeah, obviously you have to work your way up to doing the proper weight. But a mattress, there's no easy way to grab a mattress and pick it up, because I don't want to drag it on the floor and drag it across grass and stuff like that. So yeah, being able to pick it up is very, very, it's bulky, it's big, it's awkward. Thank you, Hector. I appreciate it. Lifting a mattress is lighter than a 300-pound barbell. You are correct, Pierre. The point went right over your head there, buddy. That was the point. Lifting a 300 to 400-pound barbell is easier than a mattress that weighs significantly lighter. That was the fucking point. No, that's the point, Miss Lisa. Like, for example, you know the old TVs that were like, that had the huge back to it? Like, we're not talking about the flat screens, but the old ones that had the huge back to it. Now, those were, I don't know how much they weighed. 80-ish pounds, I would be guessing. Picking one of those up, yes, is significantly harder than picking up, again, a 300 to 400-pound barbell. Because, like, where do you put your hands on it, you know? Right, exactly, Caitlin. There's no handles on it. It's hard to be able to get any sort of grip on it. Yeah, Megan, yeah, those were huge. Huge. Hey, look at that, Alex. We agreed on something. Guys, we got an opposition in the tube to agree. It says wrong about a lot, but that's facts. Thank you. Anybody who lifts knows that picking up a big, heavy thing where you can't really put your hands in a specific spot is much harder than picking up a weight at a gym. From the love handles. I wish there were love handles with pre-straps. Well, yeah, you got to get a strap on. That's true. They are important. You have a chance. Your thoughts on the current 13 articles of impeachment? I I mean, listen, like, do I think it's going to go anywhere? No. I just don't have high expectations when it comes to any of those things. I mean, we saw it happen during his first term. He got impeached twice, and both times I had no expectations that it was going to go past that, and it's just unfortunately not going to happen. Now, possibly at like the very end of his term, it could be, depending on how midterms go, maybe. But if we're talking pre-midterms, nah. I can agree that lifting a mattress is harder than lifting a barbell. Yeah, hell yeah, it is. Pierre, I think you're just trying to be pedantic because you just want to somehow get like a W, which is odd. I think everybody knew what I said, Pierre. So Pierre's arguing with me in the comments. He said, your exact words were that a mattress is heavier than a barbell. Now you're saying it's harder. He's desperately trying to get a W in the comments. Whatever, man. Whatever you need. If you getting that W makes you feel better and sleep better at night, then please do it. So skill to lift the 300-pound barbell, an easier skill to learn, is really what you're saying. It's your lack of knowledge and skill that leads you to your ignorant conclusion. Thank you, Eddie. I appreciate that. That's good. Guys, I'm telling you, you really should check out the tube comments. Like, they're fucking perfect. Like, they're the best comments ever. If you guys want entertainment when this is slow, get a second device, go onto the tube, and just look at the comments. I'm telling you, they're great. Peter definitely has a twin bed. Yeah, I'm sure of it. Still no new wars, despite a war occurring right now. But guys, no new wars. Yeah, exactly, Kylie. All right, we have somebody coming on up, I think. Maybe. Probably not. Not a war. Okay, cool. If you want to say it's not a war, again, that would be see better, please. Hello, Ned.
Hello.
Hey, I just need to know your age, please. How old are you?
I'm 41.
All right, what's on your mind?
I'm quite happy there's a war, if I'm honest.
Okay, let me ask you this. I have a bunch of Trump supporters in the comments claiming it's not a war. Why are they saying that if you're saying it's a war?
Well, they're dropping bombs, right? I mean, I don't.
Yeah, right. I agree. Like, it's a war, but like, they're convincing themselves they're not one. Anyways, why are you happy about it?
Because there's plenty of innocent people that I hope they survive, and I hope they don't die. But these people are Islamists, and their culture's terrible, and they're destroying every country that they reside in.
In which way are they destroying every country that makes it okay to unalive them systematically?
Well, I think anybody that promotes child brides, multiple wives, stoning women to death, throwing homosexuals off buildings, multiple wives, I don't think they deserve to be anywhere in a civilized world.
All right, now Christianity has been responsible for the most unalivings in history, by far, bar none. Yeah. We should also systematically get rid of Christians, right?
Well, no, because the Christians now are not stoning women to death or throwing homosexuals off buildings or child brides or multiple wives in the name of Christianity.
All right, so you're telling me Christians are not harming people in the name of, hey, Jesus did so, God did so, or God said so. None of that's happening. Even if things are happening to a lesser extent with current day Christians, wouldn't we be better off without them? Right? They are against certain things when it comes to the LGBT plus community that would take away human rights, yeah, of course, right? Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, wouldn't we be better off without them?
Well, when whole Christian countries that are run on biblical principles are stoning women to death and having child brides and multiple wives, then yeah, I'd agree with that. Yeah, I'd be up here saying the same thing about Christians.
So what's your evidence, though, that this is something that's happening on a large scale with that religion, and you're not just talking about people who are extremists when it comes to that religion?
Well, I am. I'm talking about extremists, terrorists, extremists.
Right, by definition, they would be, right?
Yeah, yeah.
So,
And then the Iranian government are extremists.
So, do you want all people of that religion to be unalived, or
No, of course not.
or just the extremists?
Just the terrorist extremists, the people that are forcing women to cover themselves. I mean, only last week in Pakistan, a girls' school was on fire, and the fire brigade refused to go in and save the children just because their hair was exposed. You know, it's this is terrible Islamism.
But what do
Very
we
bad.
do in a situation where, say, again, in the Middle East, where we see Israel doing incredibly harmful things to the groups of people that you were talking about? How do we settle that?
I don't understand what you mean. Sorry.
Well, what I'm trying to say is, and yes, I would agree, and I think anybody would agree that doing harmful things to women, children, whatever the case might be, is a bad thing, right? And those things shouldn't occur. But that's not the only thing that's occurring in the Middle East. And I'm not saying you're purposely leaving out the other side of things. However, there is the other side of things in relation to that are also doing harmful things. So how do we settle that when it comes to this? Because sure, getting rid of all of the people that you're referring to, okay, there's that. Now what would you do?
I'd get rid of anybody that harms innocent people for religious reasons, or any reasons for that matter.
So
Okay,
would
but
you
you
hold that same?
Yeah, good.
Would you hold that same level of condemnation for individuals who do things like cutting out tongues for speaking their language, scrubbing your skin with bleach and Brillo pads to lighten the skin to try and turn children YT, forcing assimilation into Christianity? Do you hold that same level of condemnation for the wholesale rape and murder of children at the residential schools?
Well, of course, yeah, 100%. If they're like if anyone's like the priests, for instance, that in my country we had a problem with priests in Christian churches. That was I don't know how to say it, but let's just grooming children, let's say. And the difference is that the priests are doing it because they're sick perverts, where the Islamists are doing it because their religion specifically tells them to do so.
Where does the Islamic religion
United States?
I was just going to ask, where does the
United-
Islamic religion tell people that they can grape children? Where's that?
Well, they've got to emulate the Prophet Muhammad, and he had childbirth.
No, they don't. I just want to ask you also, how many states in the United States of America allow child marriage?
There's no point asking me a question if you're not going to let me answer it.
I didn't ask you.
You did.
Well, no, you said they have to emulate. Nobody says that they have. It's not a hadith. It's not a hadith or a sunnah that people should marry children.
Was the Prophet a perfect human being?
I don't think even Christians think. Oh, sorry, Muslims think that the Prophet was perfect.
Yes, they do. You don't have a clue what you're talking about.
I teach religion, buddy.
So does the Prophet Muhammad? Is the Prophet Muhammad seen as the perfect human being?
Nobody's seen as the perfect human being.
Wow. Okay, you do not study religion at all.
I literally do. But anyway, can you tell me how many states in the United States allow child marriage?
I'll get onto that in a second. But the Prophet Muhammad is the perfect human being. That's why Muslims shave off their mustache, because he did. They wear the watch on the left hand because he did. They follow the Prophet Muhammad.
Hang on, he wore a watch on his left hand, you say?
Yeah, like a dial thing, yeah.
A dial thing?
Yeah.
1,400 years ago, he wore a watch?
No, not a watch, but like a dial thing, yeah, like a sundial thing.
A portable sundial, you say?
Well, I don't know if it's a sundial, but he had a wrist thing on that helps him with the day, yeah.
So not a watch, in fact?
No, not a watch, no.
Sounds like you don't know anything about this, buddy.
I do. You think the Prophet Muhammad's not the perfect human being for Muslims? That's wild.
Well, he's the most perfect of all human beings, but that doesn't make him entirely. That doesn't make him entirely perfect.
Well, hold on. What she says is, I do have the text up though. I mean, word for word, she is correct though. But like,
yeah, he is the most perfect human being.
She was very specific with her words though, and intentionally so.
Yeah, she said the most.
I also want to say 1,000.
Why are we just scuttling over that?
Ned, 1,400 years ago, were people in the country that you and I are in also marrying children?
Listen, if you're going to block me, there's no point me being here. And if you're not going to let me answer...
No one's blocking. Go ahead and answer. Go ahead and answer. You're good. You can answer.
Yeah, but I'm being muted, and then she asks me a question, and then when I go to answer it, she asks me another one. It's ridiculous.
Well, all right, so just as long as you don't overspeak, and this goes for everybody, there will be no muting going on. There's no need to mute somebody if people don't overspeak. That's the only time mutes typically happen. Anyways, go ahead and answer her, and then we can go from there.
Okay, what was the question?
I said 1,400 years ago, when Prophet Muhammad was alive, was it common? For I'll rephrase it. Was it common for girls specifically to get married young, like as children?
Yeah.
Okay. So this is the thing. It was a common thing around that period of time, right? And we all disagree, by the way, that Islamic countries allow marriage that we would all agree is too young. It's too young physically for people. It's too young mentally for people. But that's not a reason to go bomb them, because if that's the way you feel, there are multiple states in the USA that you also need to go bomb. If you don't like people marrying multiple women, then start by bombing Utah.
Okay, can I reply?
Please.
So just because something happened a long time ago doesn't mean it's okay. Black slavery was seen as normal at one time.
She was saying the opposite. She wasn't saying that.
She said it happened. It happened in England and our country 1,000 years ago. So we can't say it's wrong. It's ridiculous. We can't.
I literally said it was wrong.
She said the opposite.
Okay, so was the Prophet Muhammad disgusting for marrying a small child?
Yes. Actually,
wow.
by the standards of the time,
I rest my
no.
case. I rest my case.
So, what case?
Let her finish.
The case that you said. Said it was okay.
No, I didn't say it was okay. I said by the standards. You're not listening to me because you're so determined that you know what I'm going to say already, that you're making up what I said and what I'm going to say. Right? I said we all agree that should not be occurring. We all agree that is disgusting. However, what I'm also going to say is historically that was commonplace. And I care about all women. I care about young people that are forced to get married, particularly women and girls, by the way. This is not the case with men and boys, that they are forced to get married when they're young. It's the case with women and girls. And we all agree that that's disgusting. But we also agree that it's disgusting when it happens in the United States. We also agree that it's disgusting when it happens in any country that it happens with. And yet your criticism is only of Muslims doing that, seemingly.
Not once did I say that. In fact, I didn't even imply it. So when you say it's a commonplace, why are you saying that? What does that mean? It was a commonplace years ago. So what? What do you mean by that?
Girls would get married when they'd had their first period, much of the time.
And that was disgusting, right?
Correct.
Right, that's all I'm saying. It was disgusting when they do it then, and it's disgusting when they do it now.
Right. But there are tons of things, this is what I'm going to say. There are tons of things that when we look back on history now, we go, that was disgusting. But at the time, it was commonplace and people thought it was okay. Now, we see the world differently, correct?
So what, that they done it and it was a commonplace back then and they seen it as okay? So what? What's that got to do with anything?
So Ned, you're condemning.
Let her answer the question. So what's that got to do with anything? God, you gotta let me get word in. Jesus.
You are. You're speaking. You're good.
Yeah. So Ned, you're condemning a religion. You're condemning a religion based on historical practices from 1,500 years ago.
No,
are you holding that same? are you holding that same level of condemnation for Republican Tom Leatherwood, a Christian who introduced a bill a year ago to completely remove the minimum age of marriage to allow infants to marry in the United States in Tennessee?
Okay, can I answer?
Sure.
Yeah, I am. I'm not condemning. I said this at the beginning. I'm not condemning a whole religion. I'm condemning the Islamists, the radicals in that religion. And when you're talking about a one-off nut job or a couple of perverts in America, we're not talking about you're saying it like it's very cutesy the way you're saying it. We're talking about a whole country of people that think stoning women to death is okay.
No, but that's not true. They don't all think that.
Okay, but if those actions are bad, and we all agree it's bad to do inappropriate things to children, everything that you mentioned, it doesn't matter if it's one of them or two of them, right? Because it's an awful action, and that should be something that we wouldn't want, right?
Yeah.
So what does it matter? What does it matter if it's 2 or 20? That's still something that should never ever happen.
No, it shouldn't. But I mean, it's far worse when there's thousands of women being beaten and being raped for a punishment, and yet there's one pervert in America that's doing something. It's worse when there's more.
That's where you're mistaken. There isn't one pervert. Every time Democrats bring up a bill to raise the age of marriage, Republicans go against it, and they go against it mostly on religious grounds. This isn't one pervert in one state. It's lots of different people across lots of different states.
How do they go off it on religious grounds? What biblical scripture says you need to marry a child young?
Well, there isn't any Quranic scripture that says you need to marry a child young either. Which part? What part of it says you need to?
They often cite 1 Corinthians, where Paul was specifically talking about the coming of age of a woman was at the age of menses.
Yeah. And was that disgusting?
Yes, we've already fucking said that, Ned.
It's almost like you're trying to get us in a gotcha. We all agree that's a bad thing.
You all agree that I agree. I'm not saying you don't. I'm just saying you all agree that marrying children is disgusting years ago. We all agree it's disgusting now. And so what's your problem then? I think it's disgusting. I think when a whole country, they vote for a bill which allows child brides and multiple wives, I think that should be stopped.
Hang on. They didn't vote for a bill, though, did they, Ned? They got an Ayatollah who wasn't elected. They didn't have a choice over that. And yet your response to that is, fuck all the people in that country who don't like this. Fuck all the people in that country who go out and protest against this. Fuck all of them. But because their government is bad, they should all be bombed into obliteration.
I didn't say that. I said there's innocent people there that I hope nothing happens to them. You're constantly trying to straw man with me, saying something I didn't.
That's what you did to me, Ned. That's what you did to me.
You've got to let me reply. I'm quiet when you reply. You're saying something that I said and then attacking it like I said it. I never said I want to bomb innocent people. And the Ayatollah came into power, but what percentage of the country supports him?
We don't actually know the answer to that.
We do.
No, we don't.
We do.
I'm not sure how you would know. I'm not sure how you would know the specific answer.
Government by Project Able.
Google it. What percentage of people support the Ayatollah? It's a number.
How did they? Okay, Ned. What was the methodology behind that study that tells us how many people, what percentage of people support the Ayatollah?
The methodology was to find out how many people support the Ayatollah.
How did they?
But how?
In a country where the Ayatollah is in charge, how did they conduct that survey? Because I very much doubt the Ayatollah was like, "Yeah, go ahead, guys. See what percentage of the people don't like me."
Are you saying that most people don't support the Ayatollah? Is that what you're saying?
I'm not making a positive or a negative claim. I'm asking you to prove your point.
Right. So okay, fair enough. But what I'm saying is,
I would like to point out that the Ayatollah has only been in power for 2 weeks, and they have been at war for 2 weeks. So I would really like to understand where you're getting your information.
Ayatollah has been in power for 2 weeks.
They have a new Ayatollah now, Ned.
Ayatollah since 1978.
Ned, they have a new Ayatollah now. It's a different person.
Same ideology, exactly the same. No difference in ideology whatsoever. They've had an Ayatollah for years, since the 70s. And they've won, and they've not had a change because most people support the Ayatollah.
Well, prove it.
The fact that it's still going until Trump did something about it.
No, I seem to remember a couple of weeks ago, all of the Trump supporters telling us that the Ayatollah had unalived 30,000 people who were out on the streets protesting against the Ayatollah. It doesn't sound like, in fact, they gave us all sorts of numbers. They gave us 40,000, they gave us 100,000, they gave us 50,000. And yet there were people, and there have been consistently people out on the streets protesting against the Ayatollah for about the last... When was that lady unalive for not wearing the hijab or not wearing it correctly? That was over a year ago, right? And there have consistently been people protesting since then. But again, it's weird because you say most of the people support the Ayatollah, when we've had Trump supporters come up and tell us that 80% of the Iranians don't like the Ayatollah. Would you people on the right be able to make your minds up about your numbers and like keep them consistent just for like 5 minutes?
Well, on the right, not everybody agrees with each other like they do on the left. You know, we can think differently. You know, we don't have to agree. I don't have to agree. Oh my God.
We don't all agree with each other.
There's no point me being here. Goodbye.
What a PUSSY.
Yep. Well, that was pathetic.
And we don't all agree with each other. Doug, for example, chews yogurt, and I fundamentally disagree with that. Anyway,
I'm not having this conversation again. I can't.
I did a show tonight, Doug, and I'm like halfway home, and I pulled over because that guy was silly. But I'm going to drive the rest of the way home now.
Okay. All right, Erica. Great seeing you.
I find it interesting that he came up here condemning Mosaic law while supporting Mosaic law. Because everything that he listed is specifically out of the Old Testament. And it's true for all three branches of Abrahamic faith.
Yeah. Let me see if I have anybody in the request box. Oh no, you're not a real guest. If you disagree with if you disagree with the context of the background, either you approve of what's happening, or you somehow mental gymnastics yourself into thinking it's not a war, I would love to hear from you. Okay. Essentially, if you voted for Trump, hit the request button. Same thing on the tube. The number is in the comment section. One of my mods is periodically posting it, so you are welcome to call on in. Okay. Daniel, I don't know what's going on here, Daniel. Daniel, who are you talking to? I don't know what your comments mean. Do I have to scroll? Want to play what, man? Did we speak? Guys, did I speak to Daniel earlier today or yesterday? I recognize the name. If so, what was the conversation about? Somebody in the comments remind me, please, if you can. Who is that boomer? That doesn't really narrow it down, Caitlin. No, he wasn't the cat one. The sovereign citizen one. Thank you, Amber. Thank you. The boomer. I mean, Caitlin, that helped a little bit, but oh yes, Methany. Yeah, Daniel, sure, come on up. Yeah, why not? Why not? You caught me censoring a speech? Well, yeah, I'm a silly Democrat who's against the First Amendment. Yeah, no doubt I'm against free speech. What do you think this is? Come on up, though. We're going to talk about 1871 again. Guys, this is a crazy conversation. If he does hit if he comes on up, a wild conversation. The claims that was said, was that Trump is trying to uphold the old Constitution or something along those lines, which is it goes into these conspiracy theories. It's a lot. Not gonna lie, I brought this dude up in therapy. Caitlin. Oh shit. I don't know if I should be laughing or not, but well, here I am. I did apologize to my son name. Daniel, come on up. Yeah, no, Peabody, we were just talking about him. Daniel, you're welcome to come on up. I have time. I do got to run to the gym in 40-ish minutes because I got a client. I know, Jen. I know. But we don't really have a whole lot of people at this point, so unfortunately, beggars can't be choosers. Unfortunately. I've never heard this story. Percy, if you're referring to what I was mentioning before, if he comes up, you'll hear about it, but I don't think he really wants to come up right now. Daniel, I'll take that as a no. You don't want to come on up? Yeah, if you guys can keep tapping and sharing. If, again, you voted for Trump, please do come on up. There's a request button, one above Ipsity there. And another one at the bottom looks like a purple and blue person. You want to know? Well, Daniel, the invite is there.
Don't worry, Daniel. I don't bite without consent. You can come up and push your sovereign citizen BS.
You were watching before, right? Did you hear all that? Oh, here he is. Here we go, guys. Asking you shall receive. What's up, Daniel?
Nice Bible quote there, buddy. How you doing?
I'm doing well.
So, you know, the creator thing, right? Whatever, you get a recording of the show and stuff. Should I play it back for you? Should I play you both of them? The one I recorded and the one that's on TikTok?
Why? What's up?
Would you like me to do that? I mean, that way it'd be live. People can actually see that you censor speech.
I mean, I'll just censor speech right now. We don't need to do a playback video. They can watch me now. I just censored you. Why jump through? Why jump through 5 hoops when I can just jump through 1 hoop? Sorry.
Right. Censorship applies specifically to the government, and even within that, there are 7 specific exemptions to your freedom of speech. So, kind of trying to understand your point there.
Well, my point isn't whether the government gives me the right to, not in this case anyway, the right of freedom of speech. My point is that why would you take the recording that TikTok give me and the recording that I have of your voice and, you know, where I was asking you for a date. Remember I was asking you for a date? That's what the girl said. Whoever is it, what's the girl's name there? Nikki?
I don't know what's happening right now. I do have a question. You don't get a recording of a live unless you record it yourself. You don't get a recording.
No, actually, it's part of TikTok's thing. Why have
No.
it? Do you want to hear
No.
it?
The creator, the creator, like me for example, when I end a live, yes, I get a full recording of it, and some of my mods do if I give them ability to do so. However, you're not a mod,
Right.
and you're not. So how did you get a full recording? Sure, play it. Why not? Play it. Yeah, play it.
I want to remind everybody, it took him 10 minutes to pull up Wikipedia. I don't think he got a recording.
True. I think he thinks he got one.
Okay. Well, you guys go ahead and have your conversation. I'm gonna get this all set up. Okay.
Thanks, man.
Because it takes me a little while, because I'm a tard. I'm a fucking retard.
Hey,
no, Daniel, you
God
can't do that.
damn it,
Daniel, no. Daniel, you can't.
I'll come back to you.
Okay.
I'll come back to you.
I'm gonna drop.
can't
Please do
use
not say any words.
slurs.
Please do not do that. Please do not say those words. I cannot have you up if you do that. Okay. God damn. All right, guys. We are looking for opposition, preferably ones that just don't slur. Right? I think it's going to take a long while. It is. I think it's going to take a long, long while before he gets this supposed recording. There's no way he got a full recording.
I will concede that it is slightly possible because some creators I have managed to receive recordings if I have been on the panel.
Well, if you're a moderator, right, like what Doug was saying, because you can grant recording access to certain individuals, but TikTok doesn't offer it for guests, because, like, I would have gotten a recording from Doug's live.
Right.
Yeah,
I don't think Doug has it set to do it, but I have received it from others that I'm not mod for, I've been on their panels. So I think it has to do with the creator setting.
There may be an option, possibly. Okay, so Matt, okay. Yeah, that's what I was about to say. So TikTok does offer it for guests, but it's a setting. Okay, so maybe I do accidentally have that setting on, possibly. I was under the impression that only mods who have the ability, because you can turn off that ability, although I think I give mods, all my mods, all the powers I can. But whatever.
I refuse to believe that Daniel was right about anything. I don't think he got a recording. I'm going to choose to believe in my fantasy that he did not get one because he's too unintelligent to...
Well, I mean, listen, if you got one, you got one. It is what it is. RZ Turbo, what would you call it if not a war? Like, it's just the most pedantic thing ever to want to call it something else. It means nothing. Words at this point mean nothing if that's what you were going to do. It doesn't matter what you call it. The thing itself is needless and harmful. As you guys were screaming for the last 10 years, that whatever word you want to call it is a harmful thing, and it's needless. Change the word. Cool. Military operation. It doesn't matter. It's the thing that you guys didn't want for the last 10 fucking years.
Right, and RZ, I would ask, which standard of definition are you going by? Because if you're going by the United States, that's one thing. If you're going by the international definition and understanding how it is defined in international law, an act of economic aggression or military aggression against a sovereign state is an act of war.
Not to mention, the president himself has called it a war. So, either he's wrong, or he's just really stupid. Or both. It's probably both. Like, the very guy you voted for is calling it the thing that you were saying it's not. Both, exactly. I'm almost positive others in the in his cabinet has called it a war. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure Pete Hegseth has referred to it as a war. But it doesn't matter. The president himself has.
Mike Johnson has. Several House members have. It's listed as an illegal war in House Resolution 1155, establishing illegal war in Iran, in Cuba. It's recognized as a war even by the House. So,
Marina, are they not using funds from the Department of War? I'm not 100% sure. Ironically enough, as silly as that name is, the Department of War, it really is more accurate. We were really never a Department of Defense. It really was a Department of War. I hate to ever give credit to anything to them, but it is technically more accurate, unfortunately. Stupid name though. Still,
we need to rename it to the Department of Colonization.
Even better, or Department of War Crimes, even better. Yeah. Okay, now we're getting in a better direction. Yeah. I mean, that is accurate. It's objectively accurate. I have not seen the new Lego video. Somebody should do that. Somebody on where the plaque says Department of War, they should just put on crimes afterwards. Thank you, by the way, for the heart, man. I appreciate it, Reed. I agree, Caitlin. Honestly, I'll tell you what helps me feel better. Is just knowing that, I don't know, this could just be me, but there's, I think, a noticeable vibe in the atmosphere of people turning on Trump more. It just seems that way. Again, it could just be me, but there's a lot of podcast people, different creators who have large followings who either are starting to regret their vote or just are full on regretting their vote. And as much as I think they're stupid for not having seen these things prior, I think there just is a noticeable shift in the atmosphere of politics in terms of social media and stuff like that. No, I agree, Caitlin. I agree. I mean, obviously, I'd won it yesterday, but that is one thing that kind of helps me because, again, we're not even a year and a half into things. So if people at this point are starting to feel very regretful and all that type of stuff, I can't imagine that going back the other way anytime soon. Alex Jones. Yeah, but right. So Alex Jones. But when these big creators, these big influencers, when they start to turn it, by definition, influences the people that watch them. Nick Fuentes, for example, completely opposed to Trump at this point. Now, for very different reasons than us. However, still, it influences his millions and millions of followers who also follow suit. So that helps, personally. There's been others that have turned on him a little bit. I'm trying to think who else. Yeah, I know Fuentes and Jones. I feel like there's more. There's others that I've certainly seen. I just can't think of off the top of my head. I don't know if you guys. Yeah.
How bad does it have to be for Joe Rogan, who's been a staunch Republican, staunch conservative, and was hugely MAGA?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, no, Joe Rogan, he's slowly getting there. I'll get to him in a second. Kelly, Dr. Carlson, definitely. Melania. Candace Owens, Theo Vaughn, yeah. Joe Rogan is still... the process of him realizing his vote was wrong and that he fucked up is just such a slow process. All these other influencers are ahead of him a little bit in terms of realizing it. He's just on the brink of starting to. So, how many new followers today? It's been a little slow, David, I think. In general, probably 20 or 30. Andrew Schultz, yeah. That's another one. Hey, again, guys, if you're watching on TikTok, hit the request button. If you're watching on the tube, dial in the number. Oh, nice. We got a flat earther in the comment section. Perfect. And let me guess, Super, that's their name, Super Magnetic Man. Your political ideology, is it far left, center left, moderate, center right, or far right? Since you are a flat earther, I'm curious as to where your political ideology is at. I'm just trying to see something. Hello, Brendan. Yeah, it's moving. A little slow, but it's moving. Ugh, older millennial, that's not happening. Who's trying to limit conspiracy theories? I'm just reading the comments on YouTube.
Here.
Me, no. God, no. No.
Oh, I was about to say, that's the most lactose intolerant person on the planet.
Never spoke to him. If he ever requested for whatever reason, there's like a 99% chance I wouldn't accept it. Yeah. Riley, hello.
Hey, how you doing?
Hey, I'm good, Riley. I just need to know your age real quickly for TikTok terms of service.
48.
Okay, what's going on?
From Los Angeles.
Okay.
Well, what brought me to call?
Hold on. You do have a little background noise, or is there a way that you can either get away from background noise or a minute?
I'm in my backyard. You can't hear me?
No, I hear you. It's just some background noise. If you can minimize it, I would appreciate it, just so we all can hear you a little bit better.
Let me see. Is it a little better now?
It's okay. It's all right. I'll let you know
better?
I'll let you know if it gets pretty bad. But yeah, what's up?
Well, what prompted me to call is your No New Wars prompt.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
You consider the Iran war a new war?
Well, when were we at war with them prior?
Well, they've been chanting death to America for as long as I've been alive.
Sure, but that's not a war. Sure.
Well, what about the tentacles of terrorism they've infected the world with?
Still not a war.
For all these years.
My point is that Trump running on no new wars and many of his followers or supporters, whatever you want to call them, chanting no new wars. We don't want to get involved in other countries. It's a waste of money. We don't want people being unalived. That is happening right now. It's a huge waste of money. People are being unalived, and it's a needless war yet again.
Oh, I totally disagree with you because with the advancement of technology, Iran, with their oil money, would have only got richer and stronger, and they would have had that nuclear weapon and put it on the ballistic missiles they said they didn't have, and they would launch it. So the longer we let the cancer grow, the worse it would have been for the world. By extracting it now, we've actually saved lives and billions of dollars. Your grandchildren may not be having this conversation.
Actually, by striking Iran, we've almost guaranteed that our grandchildren will be having this conversation. See, here's the thing. It turns out that when you constantly start wars with a country and bomb them and kill their children, they tend to not like you.
They haven't liked us for 49 years. They've called us the Great Satan, and they chant death to America. Are you?
So Riley,
is your head in the sand?
Riley.
Is your head in the sand?
No, actually, my head's not in the sand, which is why
Sure it is. If you consider Iran not to be a threat, your head is in the sand.
Riley, hold on. My head's not in the sand, which is why I know that the timeline you gave me is incorrect. They haven't liked us since 1953, when the United States and the United Kingdom worked together to remove a democratically elected government in Iran and appointed a fascist Shah who was incredibly oppressive to the people, historically unpopular, and drove the people towards religious conservatism, eventually leading to the Ayatollah.
So Iran's not a threat to America in the world, then, according to you?
According to our intelligence, they were not.
Oh, please. Oh, please. You sound like Anderson Cooper.
No, I sound like somebody who's listened to what our intelligence has said, and I sound like somebody who's being reasonable.
Riley, do you know more than our intelligence? What information were you privy to that our intelligence didn't have?
Nothing more than you have. All I know is that they
So let's go off of what they said. But the intelligence said otherwise, Riley. The intelligence said otherwise. was
you remember
great.
Obama's? You're too young to remember Obama's nuclear deal 10 years ago.
The JCPOA, yeah, the successful deal.
You dumb fuck. I was 23 at the time.
Yeah, the nuclear deal that quite literally stopped Iran from developing nuclear weapons, and they adhered to and allowed and gave us access to hundreds of inspections over the period of it. Yes, we're all familiar with the JCPOA. What's your issue with it, Riley?
You can unmute yourself. You just push a little button. Guys, there's a 50% chance the live's going to get taken down.
No, it's going to get restricted, but like it'll be like a 10-minute restriction for harassment and bullying.
Yeah. Sorry, Riley. Sorry to hurt your feelings. Riley, you just got to hit the mute button. I'm sure you've been invited. Please go ahead and do it. I just don't understand how you know more than our intelligence. Like, what information were you privy to?
None more than anybody else. I have no privy to any information. I just hear the mullahs chanting death to America, death to Israel. I see that Iran, prior to being taken over by these theocratic religious fanatics, it was a free country. Music, poetry. The women didn't have to wear burqas.
Riley, that's a lie. That's a propagandistic lie.
That is not a lie. I've seen photos and pictures.
Under the Shah, it became a authoritarian state. He unalived multiple people because they opposed him. And by the way, prior to that was a democratic state that we removed. But Riley, I have a question for you because you get super butthurt about.
You actually know nothing. I live in Los Angeles, California, surrounded by Iranians. Do you know in downtown LA 2 weeks ago, 400,000 Iranians were marching carrying the Shah's flag.
Cool. Awesome. So people who wait, I'm sorry. So people who wait, hold on.
The liberal white people.
The people wait. So Riley, that's really funny. So the minority of people who were benefited by the Shah and had to flee because they were exploiting their fellow Iranians left during the diaspora and are now celebrating the removal of the regime that didn't like them or responded to them. Like
the
Riley,
liberal
that's problematic.
Americans
But Riley,
are the only ones who don't want freedom for Iran. The liberal
Riley,
Obama
is Iran more Riley
the liberal
is Iran
Obama Democrat fools are the only
Riley
ones who don't want freedom
is Iran
for
more
Iran.
Riley is Iran more likely to become free after we assassinated their leader and a new person who was even more conservative was put in place?
If we can do regime change and get somebody in there like the Shah who will then normalize the country and allow the people to be free and take the burqas off the women. I'm sure you
give us evidence and
women in burqas. You love to see the whole society in burqa.
Shut up. Give us evidence in recent times where we successfully did that. Give us any evidence where we successfully did that, where we were able to have a regime change and we were able to implement democracy successfully. Please tell us where that happened and when that happened.
Or even Riley, to add on to that, show us where regime change is even still a tangible goal by our current war aims. Donald Trump is begging for a ceasefire with Iran, not pushing for regime change. He now wants the Strait of Hormuz to be reopened because he's given up on the idea of a regime change.
And Riley, just as a point of clarification for this 400,000 number, are you talking about the Iranian flags that were being flown during the No Kings protest?
Kings protest. Those were only fools. Those were only fools at that No Kings protest. They were flying the Hamas flag. That's what they were flying. Death to Israel. Those are the flags they were flying at the No Kings protest. Only idiots were at that protest.
I do love hummus. Hummus is delicious.
No. Yeah, exactly.
Riley, so you were asked 3 different things. I'm not going to say you have to address all of them. Doug asked you a specific question, though. Can you tell us the single successful regime change that's taken place by the United States over the past?
I've already agreed. We've done a horrible job of.
So we're bad at regime change. Cool. Can you tell me? Can you tell me if
although
regime change
Venezuela might actually turn out to be
We
very
didn't
successful
change the
people there.
regime there. It's the same
No,
regime
but
in
we've
power in
changed
Venezuela,
the
Riley.
philosophy. We've changed the
No,
philosophy.
we didn't.
Some money
Really?
some
What
money
It's
may get spent
entirely
there
too
by the
early to say
people.
that. It's entirely too early to say that.
You're right. I agree there.
Let's come back on that.
Riley, we failed at regime change. So then my question was, is regime change even still a current war aim? Because Donald Trump has given up on it. Now he wants Strait of Hormuz reopened.
What he did in Operation Epic Fury is set their nuclear. Remember, Obama gave them the nuclear weapon. The inspections were all phony. They didn't allow us there. You guys remember all the hubbub. They moved things around. They moved things around. They hid things. They didn't please Ben Rhodes and Obama.
Wait, hold on, Riley. Show us evidence that they hid things or they lied during the JCPOA.
It doesn't even matter when they. What about the ballistic missile? They said they didn't.
Hold on. So I'm going to hold you to this real quickly.
So many
because you're now going off on another tangent. You're just saying they lied and hid things and they violated the JCPOA. Show us when they violated the JCPOA, please. Like, pull up an IAEA report or an example of them violating the JCPOA. Because the JCPOA had nothing to do with ballistic missiles. It was specifically to do with their nuclear armament and nuclear enrichment.
Keep tapping and sharing, guys. If you are enjoying live, click the red follow button on the top left on TikTok. Follow Corey, Ipsy, and if you are watching on the tube, click the subscribe button, please. If you guys can like the live, that'd be great. If you're watching on TikTok, sub to me on the tube. If you're watching on tube, follow TikTok, etc. Go ahead, man. Unmute yourself, please. And remember, guys, I do have to client to work out at the gym in 25 minutes.
This fella trusts them just like Obama trusts them. So you know where that got us? That got us where we are today. Thank God Trump obliterated everything they had. And
wait, then why are we there? If we obliterated everything they had last year,
not yet.
But he said we did last May.
Okay,
why are we there now?
He missed the. So thank God he had the.
So he lied. So he lied. So he lied then.
It's called intelligence, which
you
don't have.
Right. Wait. I thought you don't believe intelligence. I thought you don't believe intelligence.
I didn't say that. I said he had specific intelligence that he missed some shit, so he came back and got it.
No,
Hallelujah.
he didn't.
So he lied.
Hold on.
Hallelujah.
His own intelligence said there was nothing to indicate Iran was currently working on nuclear weapons or was anywhere close to doing anything like that. So his intelligence contradicts you. But again, Riley, you know what's really funny about what you just said? Oh, I trust Iran the same way Obama did. No, man. That's why the JCPOA required Iran to be open for inspection by the IAEA. No trust required. They had to be inspected. Show us a single violation of the JCPOA by Iran.
Oh, there were hundreds.
Name one.
You can't name one. Please name one. Give me a break.
Yeah, you're right. I can't name one.
We're talking about something 10 years ago. We're talking about who brought that upon us?
I'm sorry.
Obama.
Do we not live? I'm sorry. Do we not live in the?
Obama.
I'm sorry, Riley. If you can't name a single example, you don't get to say they violated it hundreds of times.
No,
you understand?
You can't say they didn't. Dude.
Actually, I can. I can.
How dare
I can.
you? How dare you?
How dare I? How dare
you say they did?
How dare I listen to the nuclear inspectors from the IAEA when they said that Iran didn't violate the JCPOA? How dare I? Right? Not the Iranians, by the way. Not Obama, but a non-biased third party whose job it is to monitor the Iranian government.
Oh, please. Monitor the Iranian government. Anyway, that doesn't matter. It doesn't matter because now they won't have anything because they're bombed. They're going to be bombed to civilization's going to be gone, and they will have
got nothing. So again, you've got nothing. Got it.
By the way, what leads? By the way, what leads?
Hold on. By the way,
you're reading from the New York Times, dude.
I'm not
from
Riley.
Google. So we know you're lying. So
Riley,
let her speak. Riley, you gotta let him speak.
What evidence? Because you know what, I've given up on trying to negotiate to work with you on like what happened during history because clearly that's not a thing you know about. But you're saying, oh, it's going to lead to a regime change. How? How would this lead to a regime change? The last Ayatollah was unalived. The new Ayatollah is his son, who is more conservative and more anti-American. So,
can I answer that question?
Go ahead.
Can I answer that question? It's not. It may not. It may. You know what? It may not happen in a month. It may not happen in 6 months, but what's going to happen is if they don't play by the rules and Trump if they don't play by this last agreement they made, Trump sends the civilization back to the Stone Age. The people will then rise up and be free again. So the people actually want Trump to continue to bomb.
No, they don't.
want to
No, they
continue
don't.
to bomb. Oh,
Riley,
yes,
they
do.
don't. The Iranian people
they do.
want this.
Oh, yes, they do.
Riley.
Oh, yes, they do. Why don't you get some on?
Riley, I have a question
for you.
Riley,
Instead of a white guy is
LA.
trying to say what the Iranian people want.
Riley, because unlike you, I've lived in places, quote unquote, liberated by the United States. And they weren't fans of the United States occupation.
We already know.
So anyways, Riley, let me ask you this. Would you be, let's say you live in LA, right? Let's say the Canadians start bombing LA, right? And they're saying, hey, no, we're here to liberate you. That's why we're bombing your cities. We're going to keep bombing them until Gavin Newsom gives in to our demands and buys our maple syrup, right? Let's say the Canadians do that. Will you be praising the Canadian liberators as they bomb your city?
I can't answer a stupid question like that. That's one of the stupidest questions that's ever been posed
You're
to a
right.
human
It's
being.
pretty insane that it's pretty insane that you would think that people would be cheering the folks who are bombing their schools and killing their children.
They're not stuck in a burqa. They're not stuck in a burqa and can't speak and afraid
Well, you're
to
right.
go out of our
You're
houses.
right. The 160. You're right. You know what, Riley? You're right. The 160 girls in that school who we killed. Right. You're right.
Okay.
They're not stuck in a burqa anymore. They're now stuck in a casket.
What about the 50,000 the regime is murdered? You don't care about that, do you?
I do. I actually do.
No, you
This
don't.
This is not pro Iran.
No, you don't. Yeah, you are.
No,
you're pro.
I'm not.
You're pro Ayatollah.
Riley.
You're pro Ayatollah. You want nothing.
No, man.
to
I'm
change.
just pro tangible
But
solutions.
Let me
Hold
tell
on,
you
Riley.
something.
Riley, the difference between you and me is that I can criticize both sides. However, I'm not pro-Iran just because I'm critical of us bombing them. I'm critical of starting wars that only make situations worse.
What makes Ukraine war something that you're all for, and the Iran war something that you're against? What?
Well, because we don't have.
possible?
Sure, great answer. We don't have boots on the ground when it comes to Ukraine. We don't have boots on the ground over
Also,
there. Good, yeah.
Ukraine doesn't have a
sorry.
nuclear weapon and isn't threatening death to America and death to Israel. But that's okay. The Ukraine
But
war
we,
is a good war.
but we also,
And the
but hold
Iran
on,
war- the Iran war is a bad war.
we also have an incentive to not want Russia to take over Ukraine because that would be very, very bad for us.
Oh, and we don't have an incentive for the mullahs to have a nuclear bomb.
Riley,
We
I've
don't
been
have an
trying to get a
incentive
word
for
in
that.
edgewise here. Can you hold up for a second, Riley? So you're
Another
kind of all over the
liberal?
map
Oh,
here.
no.
First of all, Riley, you're kind of all over the map here because one, we have the Budapest Memorandum for Ukraine, which specifically was Ukraine giving up the nuclear weapons that they had in agreement that the U.S. would defend them and help them should Russia ever invade. So that's why we're helping with Ukraine, because we gave our word that we would, for one. For two, I would like to ask you, how many centrifuges does it take to reach 90% purity? How many cascades?
Trying to run. Riley, come on back and answer that question. Kara, thank you so much for the $1. Sorry, I'm just getting to it. I apologize. He ran, of course. Kara, thank you again so much for the $1 on the wall. But David, I see it. Thank you. Kara, thank you for the $1 on the blue out with a B. It says, please, well, he already ran, but please ask how Iran's military works. How will we ever win? He was just going to go ahead and ramble, I'm sure. But thank you, Kara. I really appreciate that. W. Kara in the comments. It's C-A-R-A. Let me go ahead and read this one real quickly. Cassandra, thank you so much for the $1 on the blue out with a V. That's C-A-S-S-A-N-D-R-A. W. Cassandra says, he keeps saying, I ran. This elderly man should not be running. He needs to answer his phone. His nurse is calling. Cassandra, thank you. I appreciate you. Thank you so much. All right. Guys, when it comes to the Venmos and stuff, 95% of the time I do see it. I'm waiting for a time in which to read it out loud. But yes, there is a small percent of the time where I miss it. So, yeah.
You'd think for
What's up,
someone
Erica?
who knew so many Iranian people that he'd say Iran correctly, wouldn't you?
You would think. I don't have much time, guys. So I have a little less than 15 minutes. So we can have a one more small little debate with a guest. But if you've been joining live, click the follow button, click the subscribe button on TikTok or YouTube. Multiple, what's up? Multiple. All right, let's get to the next one. Gosh, this one's going to be a doozy. Erica, were you here for this one or no? I don't think you were. Hi, Daniel. Daniel. Daniel.
Hold on, bro. I'm typing. I'll be right with you,
okay? You got to turn off second devices, man, because you got a loud noise. All right, or just do that. That's cool too. Yeah, for anybody that saw the conversation, or if you want to call it a conversation earlier, it was a doozy for sure.
What was it about, Douglas?
A whole bunch of random stuff. He brought some conspiracy theories and stuff. I'll get that in a second. I do want to read this comment. Every man, number one, you spelled "you're" wrong, but we'll skip past that. You're against dictators except in Iran, and if his name was Obama. Yeah, I don't think Obama was a dictator unless you want to be able to show how that is the case. You not liking him doesn't make him a dictator. Nobody's pro-Iran here, every man. Yeah, he was speaking, that guest, Erica, he was speaking, I don't know if you've ever heard this conspiracy theory that, God, what is it again, Corey? The Constitution in 1871, that was the original one, something like that?
The federal government's a corporation.
Oh,
well, yeah, that's part of it.
Yeah, that's the Organic Act.
Yeah, in 1871.
And it's because they incorporated the city of Washington, D.C. Yeah, I've heard it before loads of times.
Well, they also use that, the Q people, if you remember, they use that as a reason as to why he can run for a third term, I believe, because we're not technically, this Constitution is technically not applicable to us because of that in 1871. Something like that. It's really weird, but yeah.
Was out of interest, is he a sovereign citizen? I imagine.
Yes, he was.
Of course. Because the only people that ever cite the Organic Act are all sovereign citizens, all of them.
Yeah, no, you got that 100% right. If you're calling someone a king or a dictator for not going through appropriate channels, then Obama. Okay. You are more than welcome to describe such, every man. However, why don't you just grow a pair and come on up and stop hiding in the comments? And don't use the excuse that you're working. Don't use the excuse that you're busy, because none of those are true. Just come on up. Stu, you would have a field day looking it up. I would start off just by Googling it, and that'll take you through a whole bunch of. It'll keep you busy for a while.
Did he also say that the bar is something to do with the British crown?
Yes.
Because they say that as well.
Yes.
Yeah, and the it's something like the United States pays taxes to the British monarch and to the Vatican as well. They say that, and they also say because of this, there's also a Corporation of London. So and there's all stuff about there being stars on flags and like there's a whole. I've heard these things so many times. Yeah, loads.
Erica, he thought the bar exam was an acronym.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it was crazy. Guys, I do need to wrap this up, though. I had less time than I think. I need to be leaving here in like 3 minutes. So I actually may be live later. It depends on how I feel, but I'll certainly let you guys know in Discord and the bulletin board. Join Discord, link is in the bio. The bulletin board, click the profile picture in the top left. If you watch on YouTube, subscribe. Make sure you follow. Corey, thank you. Appreciate it. Great having you as always. Erica and Ipsity, any last words?
I didn't die on my butt at my first gig back doing stand-up tonight. But there was a member of the audience who I've known for over 20 years, and I opened with, if this gets really bad, I can just spend 10 minutes talking about Matthew Perris's divorce, which is the guy that was in the audience. So anyway, that was fun. It was a fun time.
I like it. Ipsity,
Thanks
anything?
again for sharing space and having the educated conversation where, especially in the U.S., education is extremely lacking. People need to strive for that education because there's a reason the United States government has been trying to dumb down America for the past 60 years.
Speaking of being dumb, this person in YouTube says Trump can run for a third term because it's not 3 consecutive terms. You are incredibly fucking stupid. That's not what the Constitution says. Learn how to fucking read, you dumb fucking idiot. I will leave on that note, guys. Take care. Goodbye. God damn, you are fucking stupid.